Hello everyone, in today's session I'm going to discuss some more very important reference to the context questions and answers from the play The Merchant of Venice. Extract number 1. Duke. With all my heart, some 3 or 4 of you go give him courteous conduct to this place. Exeunt officers. Meantime, the court shall hear Billario's letter. Your Grace shall understand that at the receipt of your letter I am very sick. But in the instant that your messenger came in loving visitation, was with me a young doctor of Rome, his name is Balthazar. I acquainted him with the cause in controversy between the Jew and Antonio the merchant. We turned over many books together. He is furnished with my opinion, which bettered with his own learning, the greatness whereof I cannot enough commend, comes with him at my importunity to fill up your Grace's request in my stead. I beseech you, let his lack of years be no impediment to let him lack a reverent estimation. For I never knew so young a body with so old a head. I leave him to your gracious acceptance, whose trial shall better publish his commendation. This is extract number 1 taken from Act 4, Scene 1, The Merchant of Venice. Let us discuss the questions and answers now one by one. It's time for me to read the first question. Question number 1. Who is referred to as him in the second line of the extract? Give him courteous conduct to this place. Who is this him in the second line of the extract? Why has this person come to this place? Who is the person and what is this place? What is meant by courteous conduct to this place? Question number 1 has 3 subparts. As usual, I keep repeating this. Change paragraphs in questions that have subparts. Who is referred to as him? The answer is Portia, who is disguised as a young and learned doctor of laws, is referred to as him in the second line of the extract. Here, she is Balthazar, the young doctor of Rome. You can mention this as well, young doctor of Rome. The next answer now, why has this person come to this place? You have already mentioned him as Portia, so no need to refer this person, that person again and again. Straight away, write down Portia. She has come to this place, that is the Venetian Court of Justice. Do mention what place it is. It is the Venetian Court of Justice. She has come to this place, that is the Venetian Court of Justice, on behalf of Dr. Bellario to speak and represent Antonio at the trial against Shylock. She has come to speak on behalf of Antonio, speak for Antonio when Shylock is bent on exacting the penalty of a pound of flesh from nearest Antonio's bosom. The third subpart. What is meant by courteous conduct to this place? You need to write down the meaning of this expression. The expression courteous conduct to this place means lead him, that is the young lawyer, politely, courteous conduct, politely to the Venetian Court of Justice. I have mentioned the place clearly in the third question as well. Frame your answers in such a way that you do not repeat words again and again. Question number 2. From what happens later in this scene, what is your opinion of the young doctor of Rome? Justify your opinion. You are asked to give your opinion. Critically analyze the role of Portia or the personality traits of Portia as revealed in this scene, that is Act 4, Scene 1. Portia's wisdom. The word wisdom has to be there in this answer. It is one of the most important key words to be mentioned in this answer. If you don't mention it, you will not be marked properly. Portia's wisdom appears in the most striking manner in the trial scene. Act 4, Scene 1 is a trial scene, in the course of which she is able to turn the tables upon Shylock and defeat him with the same weapon with which he wanted to take Antonio's life. Here, Portia's wisdom is evident. She is a lady with optimistic disposition and sparkling wit. These 2 points are also important. She disguises Nerissa and herself skillfully and nobody recognizes them. Her presence of mind is evident in the way she handles the case. This is my opinion of the young doctor of Rome, and the young doctor of Rome as mentioned is Portia disguised as Balthazar. Just go through the answer. I hope you will find these answers very, very helpful as your reference materials. Moving on to question number 3. What is meant by controversy? How did the controversy arise? The word controversy means dispute between Shylock and Antonio. It is the lawsuit. Lawsuit. And how did the controversy arise? The specific answer: Antonio's inability to repay the loan amount of 3,000 ducats within the stipulated time is the cause of the dispute between the two men. Antonio's inability to repay the loan amount of 3,000 ducats within the stipulated time is the cause of the dispute between the two men. Question 4. What does the young doctor say about the nature of the controversy a little later? You will have to focus on the nature of the controversy. Read the text carefully and you will get all the answers from the text itself. The answer now. A little later, Portia states that the controversy, lawsuit, is of a strange nature. I have quoted this. Is of a strange nature. Your teacher will give a tick mark on this expression, strange nature, and you will get good marks. And Shylock is legally entitled to exact the penalty. According to the Venetian laws, Shylock is legally entitled to exact the penalty of a pound of flesh. Due to the suit, Antonio stands within his, that is, Shylock's danger. Don't worry, I have written the answer from the text. Read the text. The next question now. What request does the young doctor make to Shylock regarding the controversy? Request. Portia requests Shylock to be merciful. The word merciful has to be there in your answer. I have quoted merciful. Now, let us read question number 5. Who is Dr. Billario? Dr. Billario is a lawyer from Padua who was supposed to represent Antonio at the trial. Why did the Duke send a messenger to him? The Duke sent a messenger to him informing him about the conflict between Antonio and Shylock. The former, that is the Duke, sought the latter's help, that is the help of Dr. Billario in legal matters. And the last question, what request does Dr. Bellario make to the Duke regarding the young doctor at the end of his letter? Read the letter carefully. Learn the letter carefully. Learn the paraphrase of the letter because many important pieces of information are contained in the letter written by Billario to the Duke. You may get a question from there. Now let us read. What request did Dr. Billario make to the Duke? Dr. Billario requests the Duke to accept Balthazar, the young doctor of Rome, as a judge in the case despite his youthfulness. The young lawyer must receive a reverent estimation, again a quotation, that is, a respectful consideration from the Duke and his court. His youthfulness must not prove to be an impediment or an obstacle. Everyone must give him a respectful consideration and he must be greeted politely. This is the first extract. Let us now move on to the next extract, which is from Act 5, Scene 1, The Merchant of Venice. I will read out the extract. Enter Portia and Nerissa. Portia: the light we see is burning in my hall. How far that little candle throws his beams, so shines a good deed in a naughty world. Lines 89, 90 and 91. Extract 2. Now, again, we will read the questions and answers. I hope you will understand my handwriting. Question 1. Identify the speaker. This is very easy. Portia is the speaker and the person spoken to, that is the listener. The person spoken to is Nerissa. A simple answer. How does a person spoken to respond? According to Nerissa, they did not see the candle burning when the moon was shining. The very next line. Now, question 2. What else does the speaker say immediately afterwards to support the person spoken to? What does the speaker say about music a little later in the scene? This is a lengthy answer, so let me read this for you. What else does the speaker say immediately afterwards to support the person spoken to? Portia states that the light will appear to be extremely dim if it is burning by the side of a bright lamp. A king on his throne shines brightly. If the king's place is taken by his viceroy or an acting monarch, he will shine as brightly as the king during the absence of the king. But when the king himself returns, the acting monarch will cease to shine in the same way as a stream flowing through the interior of a country ultimately merges with the ocean. This is what Portia says in order to support Nerissa. The next one, what does she say about music? Portia feels that music being played at her own house is sweeter at this hour of the night than it would be during the time of the day. Just go through the question and answer. I am trying to adjust this for you. Just go through it. I am giving you a little time. And then we will move on to the third question. Read the text thoroughly and you will have no problems at all. Well, moving on to question number 3. Again, a little bit of adjustment is needed. Question 3. Who had spoken about the qualities of music earlier in the same scene from which this extract has been taken? This extract has been taken from Act 5, Scene 1, and Lorenzo has spoken about the qualities of music earlier in the same scene, Act 5, Scene 1, from which this extract has been taken. How? I've changed the paragraph. Lorenzo thinks that a gentle silence and the time of night suit the sweet sounds of music which are produced by the musician's fingers playing upon the strings of musical instruments. The planets in the course of their revolutions are producing musical sounds. They are singing constantly to the angels who can hear the music, but human beings are unable to hear these sounds. What does he say about the person who does not appreciate music? If there is any person who does not respond to music or who remains unmoved by a harmony of sweet sounds, he must be fit only for treacherous actions. Treacherous is the spelling of the word treacherous. He must be fit only for treacherous actions, for hatching conspiracies, and for acts of plunder. The impulses of a man of this kind are as inert and sluggish as the time of night is. A man of this kind must never be trusted. This is what is said by the speaker. Now, 5. How has the beauty of night been described earlier in the scene from which this extract has been taken? By whom? Who else was with him? The moon is shining brightly. It is a beautiful night. Lorenzo mentions how Troilus climbed the walls of the city of Troy and gave expression to his passionate love for Cressida on such a beautiful night. He also refers to Dido to describe the beauty of night. On one such night, Jessica eloped with him. Who? Lorenzo describes the beauty of the night, the second subpart, and now the third one. Who else was with him? Jessica, his beloved, is with him.